All right, 2 crossbows, 1 problem. This is a Zombie Slayer arrow, fire nock light in the back. That groove in the back is pretty deep. It is a half moon. This does require half moons on this crossbow, Barnett XP370. I added these string stops because I thought that was a problem, but it wasn't. But they do add a little bit of safety because it's going to keep that string from coming up here during loading if it did accidentally fire. Now when I push that back in all the way, you can see my arrow is not on the flight deck. You can also hear it go down. So that meant that each time I was loading this arrow, it was going to be, could be a different distance off of the flight deck or touching the flight deck. So I was getting terrible results. Took a long time to figure it out. All I had to do was go back to regular like Easton half moon nocks, and my groups were good after that. Now over to the similar problem with the Raven. I had bought this scope that I was testing out. So I made a previous video and I believe it was with the standard Raven nocks. This is a fire nock and a lighted one. The ones that I have with the size that I'm using, they don't clip on to the string as tightly. So I believe that my serving will last longer. And in my previous video, what I demonstrated was how far you could tilt the crossbow and that arrow will stay on those 2 white rollers. Right like that, it's still on there. And I think you can even hold this upside down and it will stay on those rollers because of how it's kind of locked into the sled back here. But what I didn't realize, and I don't know if it's just because of the fire nock, is that it is possible to have that arrow move a little bit on you. It can go from where it's at right now and it can rest. So right now it is on, let's see how it fell down there. It can rest on the black part right here and the left roller. Now on this one, I can't get it to do it on the right side. I can feel it pulling down too much. But it is possible to have it up in the wrong place. Now if you just pay attention when you load it, you know, and you're sitting there hunting, it's not going to jump up from here to here. It's like even hard for me to even get it up there. And it does have some, it definitely has pressure holding it down in there. So, you know, I don't think it's really a reason to not use the fire nocks, but just be aware of it. I did have one arrow shoot high left, thinking it was my new scope, but I believe it was just because it was resting like that. And make sure you check out these other crossbow, Raven, and Barnett videos. Thanks for watching.